We went on a ghost tour last night.
And then they'll see her figure come through the walls, a woman in white.
On a scale of like 1 to 8 pumpkins, I'm about a 4 on spookiness.
Yeah, shout out to our good friends at Austin Ghost, part of the U.S. Ghost Tours.
We met up with a dude named Vincent who had a lantern.
My name is Vincent. I'm going to be your tour guide this evening.
Which is swag.
That's the identifying feature. They say, look out, the tour guide will be there by the steps of the Omni with a lantern.
Vincent was born to do that job.
Oh, good evening there, sir. How are we doing tonight? Wait a minute, where did that come from?
What was the most terrifying story that we heard?
Well, we talked about the Drisco Hotel,
Mm.
which is, if you know Austin, you know that it's rumored to be a very haunted place.
Room 525, I believe.
Built in 1885, pretty
Correct.
old for this city. A few murders.
Was rock and roll even around?
There was a murder suey.
Wasn't there an LBJ? LBJ after he got elected, 1964.
Yeah, Dave.
Did he not mention that?
He did.
Okay.
Just say LBJ. Don't say LBJ.
What?
Dylan's got a grandma from the patio right there.
On the 5th floor is where Lyndon Johnson stayed.
Didn't
You've
Anyway,
got some issues.
they used to call you
there.
LBJ back in the day?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
Didn't
murder.
they used to call you the Austin Ghost?
I'm talking about the murder suey that took place in the hotel, and you guys are making BJ jokes. There's a murder suey in there.
Walking away from the hotel where they talked about the murder suey, and Dylan said to me, man, no good ever comes of murder sueys. And I was like, well, yeah, Dylan, it's a murder-suicide.
I don't know why it's so fun to say murder suey,
Unless
but
both
it's a
people,
very
like,
serious, very serious matter.
Dude, classic murder suey.
Dude, murder sueys never turn out the way you want them to.
No.
What murder?
Yeah.
He was the best guy around.
Man, Driscoll is actually a great hotel. I've heard all of those stories, and they're quite spooky, I gotta tell you. I give it 6 pumpkins out of 8. Look at this guy. Nothing's creepier than these drivers in Austin.
Did you, when he was giving some of those stories, did you find yourselves like just looking up into the windows, hoping you'd see like a
Yeah.
shadowy figure? Because
Yeah.
that's all I did.
It also made me want to do some Googling.
Did you do any Googling?
I haven't yet. I plan to. I want to look up the murder suey situation at the Driscoll.
Anyway, what about that fucking ghost Fred? Wasn't there a ghost named Fred?
Yeah, I think he was the one at Buffalo Billiards that was just a real shyster.
I could definitely all these to
Right
that.
next is this building right across the way, Buffalo Billiards. It was originally built in the 1900s. It was originally a brothel, and then it transitioned
Fuck
into
yeah.
a bar. Now it's no longer in operation. Unfortunately, it did not survive the 2020 pandemic.
Hey, really bummed out that Buffalo Billiards is closed. I didn't realize that. That
I
was a
used-
good spot.
I used to go there.
Maybe you should have gone more often, David.
I used to go there and hustle people out of lots of money.
I
on the
was last.
tables.
I was last there throwing darts, and I was like 22.
There's a dude named Fred who definitely haunts this place. He's Irish. He's probably from County Cork, like Dave and I, which is pretty sick. Like, we could be related to one of the ghosts on this tour, which is fucking sick. It's probably good that it's closed, because that seems like a place where I'd get my ass kicked.
It's mainly frag.
I'd
guys.
like
pretty chill.
take some quarters off like someone's table and like
It's not like a.
Go to
You're
the
not going to run
jukebox.
into like a Hell's Angel there.
go put on like a 23-minute Dead song on the jukebox and get beat up.
Man, I gotta tell you, I'm a little worried about Fred. He's got some good things in his favor. He's Irish. Love that. A little worried about the drinking problem continuing into the afterlife. I thought maybe like after death, he kind of parted ways with those vices. Doesn't sound like it. The guy's a fucking fiend. I don't know if you heard what Vincent was talking about. Guy's just demanding Jameson. They're like, hey, why are you haunting us? And he's just like, just a pint.
Something that's not getting enough play about it's not getting enough play about the last thing that happened, or the last place we went to, is that one of the ghosts just did not want the place to go from being a brothel to a bar. Just absolutely needed it to remain a place where people just had sex. And like, honestly, like, I get why you fight for that in the afterlife too. Like, it does make sense that you could dedicate your entire afterlife to that cause.
Oh, yeah, the old film theater. The old picture show, huh? Man, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. He's famously caught masturbating in an adult theater. Wasn't this one, this was not an adult theater, but that shouldn't be his legacy. He's done a lot of good things. Hey, we got married and everybody stayed there. Stephen F. Austin Hotel. Cool. But yeah, to my knowledge, this was not a crank theater. Couldn't crank. No cranking.
Did you know that Cockfight was haunted?
So last night,
you?
I learned
Wasn't
that
always
there's a
called
bar
that.
named Cockfight in Austin, Texas that's haunted.
Hey, looks sick, by the way.
I was most freaked out by I think the Cockfight bar.
The cremation thing.
Dude, when he knocked down those bricks and I was like, oh,
Dude,
Well, he was staying from the whole time, and we didn't know that.
they're just burning
So,
bodies
I
downtown?
noticed-
Do not always the bar. It started out as a funeral parlor.
I noticed that there was like a part that was painted and you could tell it was different. And I just thought it was like a little entrance into a basement that they covered up. Didn't know that was where they slid the bodies. Their bare naked butts.
Do they spit roast them?
You asked me that during
I
the
think
tour.
they just
While
burn
he's
'em up.
talking, while he's talking, Will just leans over to me. Do you think they spit roast?
Very big scene for Austin's first public cremation. People closed down their shops.
We've always been known for our barbecue.
That's the Austin.
I don't know. Like, they might do it. You don't know how they cremate. I've never cremated anybody, so I don't know if you spit roast them or not.
You know, weirdly, I haven't either, Will.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it went from cremation to and now what is it? Cockfights?
I'm going to be honest. I'm scared as fuck right now.
You're pretty spooked?
I don't like the idea of them cremating people in that bar.
My shoe just got untied.
Just going to say it.
What if he's just making all this up? I think the spookiest thing that's happened is my feet dangling off the little concrete I was sitting on. Probably gave a lot of people the ick. I apologize.
I'm really proud of the entire squad for
That's what
how
that
few times we even considered making I think you should leave ghost tour jokes. Like,
No, yeah.
I'm very proud of us.
Somebody's got to be this close to just blurting out with any of these little fuckers. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna be me. I respect the ghost too much, but somebody might.
Hey, are they cleaning up Dylan's tweets right now?
That's what Brett's gonna go home and do to his pants.
What is Brett doing over there?
So when
The
people
entire
enter
ghost
this
story
house,
is about
there are two emotions they feel the strongest.
No man's land.
My second theory involves aliens.
I'm not sure if I believed in ghosts before this ghost tour. I'm not sure if I believe in ghosts now. But what I do know is that a lot more weird and messed up stuff has happened in downtown Austin than I ever accounted for, which is kind of refreshing to know.
Wow, that last one had me a little emotional. Oh, autonomous vehicle. I think there's nobody driving that.
Holy fuck, was that a ghost
What
Uber
the
driver? Was that a
fuck?
fucking ghost?
Are you fucking serious? It was a boober driver.
I enjoyed it.
I know, it was interesting.
Shout out Vincent.
The
Shout out.
Ghost?
What's the place called again?
Cockfight. Oh, Austin Ghosts.
Austin Ghost.
We got to go to Cockfights. It looked like a cool bar.
I'll go.
Fun trip. Kind of lost track of where I was. I don't really get out to downtown Austin. It's a lot of shit going on. We'll debrief tomorrow. Till then, stay hard, stay horny, and just fucking stay cool. It's fucking hot.